I feel I should explain a couple things first before the video officially begins. This continues from the last video. I just purchased some items from that store and I started focusing more on the critical path. So you will notice some cuts in the video. Don't worry, that's just me trying to remove some of the boring parts where I'm walking to one or two locations. And thank you so much for your support all this while and love you all. Let's get this.
Assuming it is not too busy, you might even meet Sirona, the owner. She is a charming hostess and a powerful witch. Good one to know.
You said you could get to the child when they came to Hogsmeade. That all you needed was a distraction. I gave you a distraction.
I just watched a student take down your distraction. Who's this child? What are you not telling me?
All you need to know is that if you cannot get to the child, then you have no value to me.
Let's go.
Did they see us?
I don't think so.
What was that goblin doing with Victor Rookwood?
Ranrock is working with Rookwood.
The goblin from the Daily Prophet. I knew I'd seen him somewhere. Quickly, let's get inside the 3 broomsticks.
It's a treat to see you, Lodgok. I shall let you know if I hear anything.
Thank you, Sirona.
You be well. Now, what can I... Oh, there's a face I haven't seen before.
It's my first time here.
Welcome. Butterbeer's on me. Heard about the attack. I shall be looking in on the other shopkeepers and residents shortly. Glad to see you two escaped injury.
Thanks to this one, single-handedly took down a troll.
Is that right? Well done.
Thanks for this.
My pleasure. I will say, trolls in Hogsmeade. That's never happened before. Something's not right. The only brutes we usually have to deal with are... How timely.
Was that Lodgok I saw leaving just now? Your clientele's not what it used to be, Sirona.
Not to worry, Victor. Once the two of you leave, the caliber of my clientele will greatly improve. I wouldn't do that if I were you, Theophilus.
Come now. No need for theatrics. I'm only here for this one anyway.
My friend is enjoying a well-earned butterbeer.
Only want a quick word.
Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said, my friend is busy.
One would think you all had enough bloodshed for one day. Come, Theophilus. The 3 broomsticks isn't what it used to be. Let's take our galleons elsewhere. Can't drink butterbeer forever.
Seems you've made an unfortunate enemy. Watch your back. Rookwood and Harlow are worse than any troll you might encounter.
Trolls, Ranrock, and Rookwood. What are you not telling me?
I promise to tell you everything, but it's perhaps best I do that later.
I think that now might be a good time to head back to the castle.
Alright, we're just gonna check around real quick. This looks suspicious.
Revelio.
The 3 broomsticks. Alright. I think we spent quite a lot of time in Hogsmeade already. I don't know how I'm gonna edit these, but I don't know if I can put them all in one episode. I might cut out some parts. It's been so long, man. I think I've been recording for at least 2 hours now.
I am certainly glad Sirona was there.
And that she isn't intimidated by thugs like Rookwood and Harlow.
I want to understand what's going on, and I hope you will tell me. But for the moment, we should return to the castle. Professor Weasley will certainly hear about the troll attack soon if she hasn't already. I don't want her to worry.
You must return to your common room for the night. Oh man, I wanted to search for that last page. I thought I'd search for every single page. Alright, let's go back to the castle. I think, is it Grand Staircase? Fast travel to your common room. Where is it? I don't remember. The Grand Staircase. I think it's this one. Sleazy. Yeah, I got it. Quest complete. Welcome to Hogsmeade. That was a long quest. I want to thank you guys for joining me throughout all these videos. We still can't sleep on our bed right now, but we can still carry an apple. And we're out of here. Okay. Received an outpost from Professor Fig. Come and see me. I've discovered something in the locket we found at Gringotts. Did I just sit down and wait for them?
Professor, I'm glad to see you.
And I you. Thank Merlin you're in one piece. I heard about the attack. Trolls in Hogsmeade?
Sir, the trolls were wearing armor. It had that dark glow like the dragon collar.
Goblin silver! Ranrock used it to control the dragon. But how? And why send trolls to...
They were there because of me. I overheard Ranrock talking with Victor Rookwood.
Ranrock was in Hogsmeade? With Rookwood?
The trolls were Ranrock's distraction so that Rookwood could get to me. And he would have, had Sirona and the patrons at the Three Broomsticks not intervened.
This is grave news indeed. If Ranrock's goblins and dark wizards are after you, they want what we found in that vault.
Let's ask.
Speaking of the vault, do you think that Ranrock is working with any of the goblins at Gringotts?
I do not. Gringotts goblins aren't typically the friendliest of beings, but they have a great deal of integrity. No, I dare say after what happened to that poor banker, the goblins at Gringotts are no followers of Ranrock.
They're after the locket. You said you discovered something in it.
Yes. I discovered an inscription. When I read it aloud, this map appeared. Clever enchantment. It's a map of Hogwarts, to be sure, but I do not know where it leads.
It leads to the library. A restricted section, to be precise, and a bit beyond. I see traces of magic there on the map.
I suspected you would see something.
Shall we go?
I appreciate your enthusiasm, and I'm eager to discover what we may find there as well. But if our experience at Gringotts, let alone what happened to Miriam, taught me anything, it's that the path we're on is terribly dangerous. I'd like you to work with Professor Hecat a bit before we continue.
But sir, how dangerous could the library be? Perhaps we're only after a book.
Perhaps we are only after a book, but we should be prepared for anything. Once you've honed your defensive magic further, come and see me. I'll let Professor Hecat know to expect you.
That's been quite a lot of quests. I just wanna... Can I see something real quick? Quests. An assignment, right? What do we get from here? Incendio. Or is it Incendio? I keep butchering these names. Alright, let's go get Incendio, guys. Alright, sorry for the weird cut, guys. I just had to fix some things. I changed my look I just realized that you can actually change, like, put on an equipment, but don't let it show. Crazy. I've just been playing without actually experimenting with something. So anyway, back to the story. There's a lot to do, and this time I'm gonna stick to the critical part. So we're going to Professor Hackett. Right.
Ready for another round?
I think so. We shall see who shows up.
There's no one in the school I'd be afraid to duel.
I know, Sebastian, I know.
Hello, Lucan. Is the next round of Crossed Wands all set?
Why, yes it is. I've got a great match lined up. Ready for another round?
Ready.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Brilliant. Are you dueling with a partner?
I think I should just go alone. I don't know, man. Let's go with Sebastian. Last time we went with Natsai. Wait, the first time was with Sebastian, then Natsai. Let's try alone and see. Let's see how it goes.
I'll be dueling solo.
Then let's get to it. Ready to get thrashed? Apologies in advance.
It's 3 vs 1? Yo!
Leviosa!
Come on.
Potato! Accio! Stupefy! Leviosa!
Oh my goodness, she deals so much damage.
Accio! Stupefy!
Leviosa!
Stupefy! Leviosa! Stupefy! Accio! Stupefy! Potato! Stupefy! Leviosa! Stupefy!
Okay, you getting it?
Stupefy! Accio! Stupefy! Leviosa!
Woo!
Perhaps one day I'll sign up for a round.
Oh, that was awesome.
Bravo!
I gave it my all.
You did indeed. The other duelists have already taken notice of you, but after that last round, they'll really have it in for you. You'd better keep practicing if you want a chance at winning, or at least surviving the next round. I'll let you know when we're ready. Hope to see you then. The next round is for all the gobstones, so to speak.
Alright, Cross Wands, round 2. I've unlocked rewards available in the challenges screen. And level 9. I think I can go again. Yeah, I definitely can go again. I really want to, but maybe in another video. This is all new to me, limiting myself with all this. I think, wait. Oh, I'm definitely supposed to talk to him.
Hello, Lucan. May I use the training dummy?
Of course. I'll fetch it and give you a list of combinations to practice. Ready to have a try now?
Yes, I am.
That would be wonderful.
Be sure to cast all your spells before the dummy lands. If you need to stop practicing before you finish all of them, let me know.
Right, cast Accio followed by 4 consecutive basic attacks.
Accio!
Cast Levioso followed by, alright.
Leviosa!
That's it!
Right, now we gotta combine everything. So first Levioso.
Leviosa! Accio!
Excellent form! I'd say that's enough practice. You looked good out there.
Thank you, Lucan.
I say better to discover one's weaknesses during practice than during a duel. You'll be a fearsome challenger now.
Spell combination practice.
Assignment's all finished.
Back to the professor, right? Yeah, return to the professor. I just want to fast travel there. You know, moving through all this, I think it's one of the things that take my time in the video. I get distracted so easily. Right, here we go. There don't seem to be... you know what?
Off on another adventure, are we?
Yes, I am. I was almost distracted again. Sticking to the critical path. This way, am I right? Wait a minute. This is the wrong class. Oh my goodness. Even with a guide, I get distracted. I always forget to use this stuff. There we go. I hope you guys are enjoying this game as much as I am.
Only a new student would help me.
Seriously, that lady needs to chill. The game was released today. I think we're gonna use this for the Incendio, right? Yeah, definitely we will use it for the Incendio.
I trust Mr. Brattleby was able to accommodate you and that you found success in your endeavors. Excellent defensive skills.
I finished all of the tasks you gave me, Professor Hecat.
Glad to hear it. Then you should be ready to learn Incendio.
Should be, Professor.
Yes. I'm sorry to say, I visited enough careless colleagues at St. Mungo's to assure you that fire is a fickle servant. Your spellcasting has impressed me thus far, but please maintain focus. I would rather we not end today's lesson with your robes aflame. Let us begin. And remember, focus on the proper wand movement. Concentrate, and keep your wand steady.
I feel like that's getting easier with time. New spell unlocked. So, oh, T. I love the way they're just introducing every new key.
Good work.
This is it, right? Incendio. Has a short range. Ah, but it deals damage over time. Perfect. I think I don't need reparo. Can I test it out? I think I should be able. Incendio is a heavy damage spell that unleashes destructive flames at short range.
Levioso! Incendio!
Getting
Accio!
I understand.
Incendio!
That's pretty awesome. Alright, return to Professor Fig's classroom. Professor Fig is all the way at the other side of the tower, right? It's right here.
Alone. To a dance?
Why not? In fact, I think they should insist that we go alone. Imagine how much simpler that would be.
Why? Because you don't have to ask someone.
No, because you don't have to worry about dragonpox. Yes, of course, so you don't have to ask someone.
Alright, I was wondering what is your favorite spells? Like for me, or I think I mean more of element, not spells. Yeah, fire, water, wind, earth, you know, the usual. I think my favorite would have to be wind. I just like the wind spell. And I feel there's a lot to be done with that spell.
Incendio.
I think fire will be my next favorite.
Revelio.
Alright.
Ah, there you are.
Hello, sir. You'll be pleased to know that I worked on my defensive magic with Professor Hecat.
So I hear. She tells me you've taken rather well to your new wand. You must continue to work with her and your other professors to improve your skills. That said, I don't wish to postpone our visit to the library any longer. So, shall we proceed?
Fig, I have work for you. Come.
Headmaster, I'm with a student and my schedule
Your schedule will wait indefinitely, as will your student. I would think that after all the trouble you caused me with Osric, you'd be eager to make amends. My office, 5 minutes.
That man is exasperating. Unfortunately, our trip to the restricted section will have to wait a bit longer.
But Professor...
We have no choice. It would be unwise to provoke our illustrious headmaster further. I shall find you when I've completed whatever toils I must endure.
Secrets of the restricted section. Alright, so we're gonna go talk to Sebastian. Wait a minute, it's all the way down? I honestly don't like that professor. Or is it a headmaster?
Sebastian mentioned sneaking into the restricted section. Perhaps he'll have an idea.
So we're going at it by ourselves. Classic hero slash first person to die in a horror movie move. I think that's it.
Sebastian, there you are.
I was hoping to see you. I was in the Three Broomsticks after the troll attack and saw what happened with Rookwood and Harlow.
Not many students have Victor Rookwood's attention. What was that all about?
I'm not entirely certain. It's to do with Ranrock. Let's just tell him.
Seems he's working with Ranrock, and Ranrock is after something I found at Gringotts.
Ranrock? And when were you at Gringotts?
Professor Fig and I ended up there after the dragon attack. It's quite the tale. Fig had this port key.
A port key? To Gringotts? I'm not sure I follow.
I barely follow myself, and I was there. Anyway, we ended up in an ancient vault where we found a map. That map leads to the restricted section.
You can't be serious.
Deadly serious. Professor Fig has insisted that I not tell a soul about any of this. I've probably said too much.
Understood. Your secret's safe with me. Whatever it is.
Thank you, Sebastian. You mentioned being clever enough not to get caught in the restricted section.
And I am. Meet me outside the library tonight, and tell no one.
Alright, I didn't expect it was gonna spill that much. But I guess what's done is done. What if we're caught? What about the librarian? This should be first.
How concerned should I be about the librarian?
Madam Scribner doesn't take kindly to clandestine activities taking place amongst her precious books, so do all that you can to avoid her.
She and I have had our entanglements, but I can hold my own against her. You may not be so lucky.
What if we get caught?
What will happen if we're caught in the restricted section?
Detention, no doubt, but a word of caution or two will help. For one, avoid Peeves the poltergeist. Aside from wanton destruction of property, he loves nothing more than telling on the likes of us.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll meet you later.
Right, meet Sebastian at the Central Hall at night. It's right in front of me.
See there? That's the door we need to reach. And those annoying prefects would love nothing more than to rat on us to Scribner, so don't let them see us. Understood?
I can be sneaky. Let's go.
Hold on now. There's a spell you should know. The Disillusionment Charm. Good for getting places you're not supposed to be. Cast it and you'll appear as little more than a trick of the light, just as long as you keep your distance and stay quiet.
You mean I'll actually be able to turn invisible?
Something like that. It's not as foolproof as a cloak, but those are expensive. And spells are free. Give it a try.
Awesome, I saw a question about this. Glad I didn't spend my money on it. Right, new spell. I think I gotta... Let's put it right here. Oh, that looks so cool. Right, sneak into light.
Lumos.
Oh, wait, what? Why is it still Lumos?
I'll be quieter than a jobberknoll.
That sounded suspicious.
Oh no! Well, I guess I didn't get the gist of it. So how do I pass by this person? Right, I kind of failed that a couple times. But I think I understand it now. I can also cast while invisible.
Silent as a grave.
Can I follow this path?
I shall pretend I cannot see you.
Thank you. Can I?
Blast. The librarian's still here. Quick, behind the bookcase.
Damn. You told me the librarian would be gone by now.
I said usually, but it'll still be alright. Do you see her desk behind me? The key is in the drawer of that desk. Now, here's what we're going to do. I'll create a distraction to draw her away. You focus on getting the key. I'll meet you outside of the restricted section.
You distract, I get the key. Understood.
I said I'd get you in, and I always keep my word. Trust me.
Are you gonna distract her?
Is someone there? Is that you, Peeves?
Are you kidding me? Oh, shoosh. That was way too close. She's over there. Oh, come on, lady.
That wasn't so difficult after all. How to find that
Wait a
book.
minute. Oh, I thought I saw something. I gotta focus on the quest.
Oh, that one's charmed to look more useful than it is. It's fooled me twice. Never judge a tome by its cover, I say.
There we go. Almost there. Use basic cast while undetected to low. Oh yeah, that's distraction stuff. Seems like this is gonna get a little more crazy.
Ghost, don't let her see you.
I'm like, who's seeing me? That's crazy. Even the ghost. Go that way. she gonna move? Alright, you know what? What am I to do with this lady? Oh, come on. Alright. Here's what I'll do. This is crazy. How did I not notice the books?
Should be in the clear now. No need for us to be skulking about.
Does that mean
I'll be quieter than a jobberknoll.
I'm still just gonna stay invisible?
So what is it you've been looking for?
I'm looking for a cure to help my twin sister, Anne, so that she can return to Hogwarts. Because Merlin knows everyone else.
Why do you think you'll find a cure in our street? Does the Hogwarts matron have nothing that can help Anne?
No, we've tried everyone from Nurse Blaney to St. Mungo's.
But I can research on my own. No need to concern yourself with that right now. Let's focus on what you're after.
Which is what, precisely?
I'll know it when I see it.
You're being awfully cryptic.
So that's how that works. This looks... One sec. Okay, that didn't work. What was that? I just gotta collect these stuffs because I'm not certain that people will come in here again.
Who have we here? Sebastian Sallow and his new little friend. Out exploring where they shouldn't be. Naughty, naughty, you'll get caughty.
Peeves, don't you...
I'm going